Janet with Try It Like It Create It, and what I have for you today is we're going to be making a tag, and I have picked out, this is more of a handmade piece of paper that I've already cut down to tag size. It's somewhat sturdy. If you wanted it stronger, you could of course glue it down to some cardstock. I have a little sentiment that I have cut out from a well-used printable sheet that I have linked in on my site, and what I've done is I print these out on sticker paper and then just cut them down as I need them. So I'm going to use this one that says Find Joy. And then I have some pieces here from another tutorial that I had in my stash box, and I thought the color coordinated pretty well with this background. And so these are just, the video is called Aged Ephemera. And so I had these in my stash and I pulled them out. And then I had this little chipboard piece that I had put some paint and some glue, and I just broke a piece off of it. But I thought that looked unique on there as well. So I have that sitting off to the side if we want to use that. And then for the technique this week, we're going to be using wax paper. Now this is just kitchen wax paper, and we're going to put it into an embossing folder and emboss it, and then layer that onto the darker colored paper. So I'm going to go send this through my Gemini, and I'll be right back. All right, so taking it out of our embossing folder, it did emboss, and it does have kind of a unique design to it, but it also has kind of a speckly white look, and when I put that over our tag, I'm not getting the look I want. So I thought the next thing we could do is try, what if we took some white ink and just rub it over this surface and see if we can pick up some of those shapes with the white ink and see what that looks like. And this is what's called a Illuminate, I guess, ink pad. So let's see how this works. And it's starting to give me a shimmery look that I didn't expect, and so I like that. It also seems to be taking away the little white specks that we had, and so I'm happy about that as well. All right, so there's the difference. We have ink on this side and no ink over here, and I like the look of what's happening. All right, so I played around with the composition idea, and I think that I am happy with what's going to go on here. So I've brought in some freestyle diamond dots in gold that pick up on the glitter that's on this embellishment piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and unassemble what we have going on here and work on getting these pieces in place. So to start with, I'm going to take my wax paper here, and I have this Zig two-way glue. I thought we'd give it a try on the back of this and see how it works, and holding down the wax paper. And I'm going to attach the wax paper at an angle. So I want to do something like that. Just place that down and give it a little bit to dry in place. I think I've got some glue on the underside here that's sticking to the glass mat. That's okay. All right. So then I'm going to bring in some wet glue and put down our embellishment piece. How are we doing here on the end? Might need to take some glue, take a little pin to it, maybe. Oh, nope, there we go. All right. We're in business here. Because that one piece broke off, I want to make sure I get glue on the other three that didn't break. And then I'll come back in with the one piece that did break off and place it. And it belongs right here. Maybe not a perfect placement, but good enough, I think. I need to come down a little bit more, I think. There we go. Tuck it in there. All right. Now, for our sentiment, as I said, this is a sticker. I'm gonna see if I can just peel the back off. If not, we'll just use a little glue. Can I convince the back to peel off? Yeah. All right. I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue. And then the last bit is to put our little gem pieces on. And let's see, I know I had one down here, up here, right in here, there. So let's start with those. Find these. I have 3 more, so I think I wanted one down here, one up here, and let's go with one right there. And these, I'm not sure if they're right side up or upside down, so I have to take a look at them. This one's upside down. All right, so there we are. So last thing I want to do is just trim off the wax paper, and that's sticking to the glass mat really well. All right, so I'm going to flip it over and just use my scissors here to go along the edge. So there is our finished tag for the week using the embossed vellum technique. Didn't quite turn out as I expected it to look, but I am seeing the ink that we applied to it, and I think once the glue dries underneath it, we'll get a better look at it. But there we are.